Imagine a time when the ocean wasn't just big, it was hungry. What if the legends of Kraken and Leviathan weren't just myths, but echoes of true terrors? Today, we dive into the chilling truth, counting down the top 5 most terrifying ancient sea monsters to ever rule the waves. Get ready, because the things that lurked in these ancient waters make a great white shark look like a goldfish. Kicking off a list at number 5 is the Kronos. Picture a creature that looked like a crocodile, had a nightmare about being a submarine. This marine reptile stretched up to 36 feet long, with a massive head over 7 feet long, filled with teeth the size of bananas. These weren't just any teeth. They were conical and sharp, designed not just for slicing, but for crushing. Kronosaurus was an ambush predator, lurking in the shallow waters of the early Cretaceous period. It would use its powerful flippers for short, explosive bursts of speed to surprise its prey, which included giant squids, sea turtles, and even other large marine reptiles. Its bite force was estimated to be one of the most powerful of any animal ever. Think of the hunting prowess of a modern great white shark, then multiply that power and size several times over. Kronosaurus wasn't just at the top of the food chain. It was the food chain. Its reign of terror in the ancient Australian seas was absolute, a true monster king in its domain. Slithering into our number 4 spot is a creature whose name literally means king lizard, the Basilosaurus. But here's the twist: it wasn't a reptile at all. It was an ancient whale. Early paleontologists were so baffled by its long, serpentine body that they misclassified it, stretching up to 60 feet in length. Basilosaurus looked more like a sea serpent than the whales we know today. Its body was incredibly long and slender, and it moved through the water with an undulating, snake-like motion. Unlike modern whales, it had a full set of differentiated teeth, including sharp incisors and shearing molars, indicating it was an active predator. What did this king lizard whale hunt? Its diet likely included large fish, sharks, and even other smaller species of whales. Basilosaurus was an apex predator of the Eocene epoch, a true terror that haunted the warm, shallow seas that once covered parts of North America and Africa. Imagine seeing that serpentine form breaking the surface, a 60-foot-long whale that moved like a snake. It's the stuff of nightmares. Our number 3 spot is occupied by a leviathan that directly challenged the most famous sea monster of all. Meet Leviathan Melville, named after the biblical sea monster and Herman Melville, the author of Moby Dick. This ancient whale was a true titan. Leviathan was a sperm whale ancestor that lived during the same period as the megalodon, and it wasn't just a contemporary, it was a direct competitor. It grew to a similar size, around 50 to 60 feet long, but what set it apart were its teeth. Unlike modern sperm whales, which only have teeth on their lower jaw, Leviathan had the largest functional teeth of any known animal on both its upper and lower jaws. These teeth could reach over a foot in length. Fossil evidence suggests Leviathan was a hypercarnivorous predator that hunted large prey, including seals, dolphins, and even other whales. Its hunting strategy was likely brutal and efficient, chasing down its victims and delivering catastrophic bites with those colossal teeth. When you think of prehistoric sea battles, forget T-Rex versus Triceratops. The real main event was Leviathan versus Megalodon, a clash of titans for the title of the ocean's ultimate predator. The sheer scale of its bite is hard to comprehend, a jaw built to destroy. Cruising into the number 2 position is a monster so iconic it became the star of a blockbuster movie. This wasn't a dinosaur, but a massive marine lizard, the true king of the late Cretaceous oceans. Mosasaurs were a diverse group, but the largest species, like Mosasaurus could reach lengths of up to 60 feet. They had a sleek, powerful body, a long tail with a fluke for propulsion, and paddle-like limbs for steering. But the most terrifying feature was its head. It had a double-hinged jaw, much like a snake, allowing it to swallow enormous prey whole. Inside that jaw was a second set of teeth on its palate, called pterygoid teeth, which ensured that once something was caught, there was absolutely no escape. Mosasaurus was a global ruler with fossils found on every continent, including Antarctica. It was an opportunistic apex predator with an incredibly varied diet. It ate anything it could catch, from large fish and ammonites to seabirds, sharks, and even other smaller. For millions of years, if you were in the ocean, you were in its territory. Its dominance was so complete that its extinction, along with the dinosaurs, left a massive power vacuum in the world's oceans, paving the way for new predators to rise. And now for the number 1 most terrifying ancient sea monster. This creature isn't the biggest or the strongest on our list, but it is by far the most bizarre and nightmarish. Meet the helicoprion. For over a century, scientists were completely stumped by its fossils. All they found were these strange, spiral-shaped structures that looked like a circular saw blade made of teeth. Decode ita tus wall. For decades, they debated where it went. Was it on its tail, its dorsal fin? The truth, when they finally figured it out, was even stranger. The helicoprion was an ancient shark-like fish, and that tooth whorl was its lower jaw. Imagine a jaw that unspooled like a conveyor belt of death. As new teeth grew in the back, the older teeth were pushed forward, creating this incredible spiral. How did it hunt? The current theory is that it used this buzzsaw jaw to slice through soft-bodied prey like squid and ammonite. It would swing its head, and the spiral of teeth would act like a combination of a knife and a grappling hook, shredding and pulling its victims into its mouth. It's a design so alien, so horrifyingly efficient, it feels like it was ripped straight from a science fiction horror film. It is a creature that proves that ancient life was more imaginative and terrifying than we could ever dream. These creatures remind us that the ocean still holds secrets, and its past was ruled by monsters that defy our modern understanding of life. Which monster sent chills down your spine the most? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the unknown. Thanks for watching.